Hello everyone, show me what Loki got. Today we'll be reading One Piece chapter 1172. So, in the last chapter, which was 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago. This time the break actually felt longer than usual. You know, sometimes it kind of goes by in a flash, but this time a little longer, right? And that's also helped by the fact that I'm recording this on a Saturday morning instead of a Friday morning, because of at least the website I use that pulls up the TCB translations didn't, only last night did the translation show up. So, but clearly I know videos were made about the chapter, and we'll get into that, about like the spoilers, even though I basically didn't see much, but I know there were videos being made. So either they used OP scans or maybe TCB scans did show up like in someplace else, but not the website I use, but it's here. I mean, I saw they showed up last night, so we're ready, right? So a little later than usual that I'm recording this, but yeah. So last chapter was honestly pretty good. Like, I think if you watch my reaction, I did like the chapter, but after like rereading it and like rethinking about it, last chapter was really good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like we had some great scenes with the Loki stuff at the beginning. Freaking the Shanks and Gabon scene. Oh my gosh, that's so I love that stuff, right? I love that scene. We get that, and Loki with the dead body, right? Does this happen when you love your country too much, right? Talking about Harold, and then we see the aftermath. Loki's like, "Don't tell anyone about what happened here. I'm gonna go out to sea. I'm gonna avenge my father, right? This is I can't rule. I can't become the king, right? That's not me. I got to do it my own way, or yeah, I gotta live up to my father, and fulfill his wishes in my own way. So that means taking revenge, and then we exit out of the flashback, and then we're back in present day. Then Hyrule says sorry, and then we get the Draugr coming out, and then Loki. Oh, it was good. I'm like, we're back. We're so back. So yes, the flashback ended last chapter, and yeah, last chapter is good. Let's see, anything else? No, I think we'll just get into predictions. So, in terms of predictions, actually, I'll say the spoilers I have, which isn't really much. It's basically nothing, but there's some things to note, right? I think I don't know anything like in terms of concrete details about this chapter, but I do know one thing, and it's weird, but this usually, like what I'm about to say, usually never happens. I usually don't hear about. Well, sometimes I do, but like the quality of a chapter isn't really something that I get spoiled by that much, right? I don't like usually hear about that. Usually it's like actual chapter details, but on Monday it was like, I think Monday or Tuesday, whenever the full whenever the spoilers came out, like a bunch of like bullet points, whatever, like before the Raws, right? All the full summary, I think that's what you call it, but whenever that came out, Monday or Tuesday, it actually showed up on my timeline on Twitter, but because I had actually forgotten to mute a specific keyword for the chapter, like the chapter number. So luckily I didn't see it. I just saw it said full spoilers, and then quickly scrolled. But as I was scrolling on that same session, as I was scrolling up past that, I get a tweet from Rogers Base, and he is not gonna be able to react to the chapter like officially, like in time, like when he usually does it, right? So he's gonna have to miss a day probably. And he posts a tweet saying that when the streets are saying something along the lines of, when the streets are saying the new One Piece chapter is mid, so you don't, and so, wow, what did he say? Yes, when the streets are saying the new One Piece chapter is mid, so you don't have to react to it, and you don't have to react to it, on stream, like when it comes out or something like that, right? So he's basically saying, if the One Piece chapter was really hype, then it would have sucked to have to miss a day because he can't react it to the One Piece chapter on that day. But if it's mid, then it's like, oh, whatever. I don't have to worry about like all the hype, like me missing the hype and stuff. So, that's essentially what he meant by that. And I think I think I almost saw an Instagram reel talking about it, but I'm not sure. Right? I saw the word mid, and I think it looked One Piece. I think I saw a One Piece character. I literally forgot. I don't even know who it was, but I think an Instagram's reel was talking about the same thing, but I'm not even sure about that. So yeah. I know that, and then I think I got a glimpse of a thumbnail that had Hyrule, and maybe a thumbnail that had Zoro. I didn't see, honestly, for those thumbnails, I didn't even see the title. I didn't even see the full thumbnail. I just got, the Hyrule one. I literally just saw Like if you split the thumbnail into thirds, I saw the left third, right? The first third of the thumbnail, right? And it had Hyrule. I assume it had, other characters and the other, the empty space, the remaining space of the thumbnail. So, yeah, that's all I know. Hyruden's in this chapter, Zoro's in this chapter, and apparently this chapter is mid. And again, that's a very unique spoiler right there. But I'm actually not that surprised. We'll get into my predictions right now, but I mean, TLDR, I think this chapter is going to be very much like recap slash setup slash getting everything back into place, because we've been in this flashback for like, not even in, we've been in the flashback for, not been, it's over, but you know what I mean, right? This flashback went on for, like what, 6 months or something? It began in June, or 7 months, because we're like at the end of January right now. So, I mean, is it February? Oh no, we're still okay. Saturday, January 31st. I just saw the date, but yeah, we've been in the flashback for so long, and now we're out of it. And I mean, we got to figure out, maybe Oda's got to reorient the readers, right? So yeah, that's what I predict. So my kind of prediction's not really very specific, but I think, recap, setup, maybe a little mini map, right? A little mini map showing the little characters, icons, and showing where everyone's at. Showing any potential changes, like what's changed the last time, we've been here, but like the Sun World, I mean. So yeah, I just think that's what's gonna happen, and so there won't be chapter being made. I'm assuming it's because nothing really happens this chapter. I'm assuming the most exciting thing about this chapter will be the end of it, right? It's like, oh, it's over, right? I think it's gonna be that sort of thing, but at least if nothing really happens in terms of like plot, I at least hope that, characters, interesting dialogue, good artwork, right? Maybe a double page spread. Like, I think we'll see if the One Piece chapter really is mid, right? But yeah, that's I guess the spoilers. That was my predictions. Anything else specific? Yeah, like I don't think we're gonna see Loki's Devil Fruit here, because if the chapter is mid, I don't think people would be calling it mid if we saw Loki's Devil Fruit. So I don't think we're gonna see it yet, but I think we'll see Loki maybe, use another attack. I don't know. But yeah. So, and then finally, an L and a Rouge, please, Oda. Okay. Let's see. Let me try to guess the reader request. What's a random character I can pick? I don't know. Carrot. No, we got one with Carrot, didn't we? I don't even know. No, it was with the sheep. No, I'm not gonna say Carrot then. I'll say Caesar Clown. No, we're gonna say a hero. We're not gonna say villain. We'll say Straw Hat. Last time they did Zoro, we're gonna do a Straw Hat. That's Robin. We'll do Robin. I'm not fun. I choose like a random ass character, and it just happens to be a Straw Hat. This time we'll choose a Straw Hat. Haven't seen the title for the chapter. So we'll read the title. One Piece chapter 1172. The Elbaf I Admire. I'm assuming that's a line that comes from a character, probably Hyrule, probably Loki, maybe, right? Talking about, the Elbaf, the ideal version of Elbaf that they admire or something. Maybe. So that's the title. Let's see the reader request. Oh, it's Bon Clay, Mr. 2. Okay. Bon Clay. Let's see. Cover request by Pizza Maru. Some swans rummaging through Bon Clay's cosmetics and putting on makeup. Okay, so this is interesting, because last chapter we had Zoro in front of a mirror, and now we have another reader request of another character in front of a mirror, although they're not looking at the mirror. We got Bon Clay over here. Have they ever showed up on, has he ever showed up on a reader request? I'm not sure. But yeah, good to see, Bon Clay. Bon Clay's alive in the story, right? We haven't, hopefully, we get Impel Down Breakout 2.0 and we get to see Bon Clay again, but yeah, nice. We got the swans putting on the makeup in the back in front of the mirror. Okay, yeah, nice. Bon Clay, nice front and center, nice. We get another clean artwork, some clean artwork of Bon Clay. So yeah, nice. Like this reader request. Good to see Bon Clay again. The Oda note for this week, I saw this, by the way, already, but I saw a quokka for the first time. It looked nothing like what you see on the internet, so yeah, I guess Oda saw quokka for the first time. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that I don't know if this is true, but the quokka is actually Roger, right? Goldie Roger's like signature animal. I don't know if Oda revealed that in an SBS or something, but I'm pretty sure something like that, right? Roger being associated with a quokka. So, so when I saw Oda talking about quokkas, I immediately thought of that little fun fact, which I'm pretty sure is true. But yeah, so let's move on to the chapter. Oh my god, here we go. First panel. The lift descends to the sunroom. Okay, so we're on the lift. So we're with not Luffy and Loki, but everyone else, right? The new giant warrior pirates, Sanji, Zoro. Oh, I'm so excited for Sanji and Zoro, like for this climax of Elbaf. Really excited for their fights and stuff. But we got them. I think yeah, new giant warrior pirates and Chopper. Right, yeah, Chopper. Because Chopper hopped on with Sanji and Gaban as well, Gaban. So yeah, basically everyone aside from Luffy and Loki. Yeah, the lift descends to the Sun Realm. I like this kind of establishing shot right here showing really, yeah, the small little thing amidst, in the presence of, the giant atom tree. Next panel. Gabon says, there are 3 foes up there. Yep, 3 foes. Their objective is clear. They plan to abduct 10 children from Elbaf. And we got the lift still going up. Okay, Gabon's giving little kind of brief details about this. Yeah, they plan to abduct 10 children from Elbaf and take them to the Holy Land. Yeah, take them to the Holy Land. The children will serve as living shields, leveraged to turn the warriors of Elbaf into battle thralls. Okay, so essentially, Emu's doing or the same thing that they did like 14 years ago, but instead of manipulating the king because that failed, this time Emu's gonna try to kidnap the children and use them as living shields, I guess, as Iban puts it, to coerce and force Elbaf into becoming to providing warriors for the world government, right? So we got Hyruden looking at hearing about this as well. Gerd is holding up Gabon and Chopper. I see Zoro on Hyruden's back as well. Cool. Next panel. I think Hyruden says 3 humans did all this. To think that not even the giant warrior pirates or Yasan could stop them. Got ellipses from, I don't know if it's from Gerd or Gabon, but Gabon continues saying, sorry, I have no excuse. We got Sanji standing on Stanson's shoulder right there as well. Okay. Sanji says, they may be kids, right? They may be kids, but they're still giants, right? How can 3 people our size move them? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How are we gonna like move them? Or Sanji's just talking about how they moved the children. Yeah, I think that's what he means. But I'm also thinking from logistically from our sense, like our side, like how are we gonna get the kids? I mean, we have a bunch of giants on our side as well, so. And if we, undomi reverse the other giants that are domi reverse, we'll have plenty of support to like get the giant children out of there, right? Zoro ellipses as well. Gabon continues. One of the 3 is a woman with a strange arrow ability. The children are unable to resist her, right? So, yeah, arrow ability is what's causing them to move, and yeah, okay. Next panel. They just keep marching toward the West Village Harbor. It's all over if they reach a ship and escape to the sea. Escape the sea. It'll all come down to that. So yeah, this is what their plan was. That to go to the West Village Harbor. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Next panel. Road says, why can't we just take back the kids? Gabon says, one of the 3 is a man named Summers. I know a bit about him. He became a briar man after eating the thorn fruit. He can freely manipulate vines with sharp thorns. So yeah, that's the problem, right? The kids are, that's how they're moving, right? Gunko's causing them to move, but in terms of actually trying to touch them, you can't because, well, you could try, but the thorns will just, hurt you. So we're gonna have to take him out, right? Take him out, take Gunko out. Gunko's gonna be really hard because Emu is possessing them right now. So yeah. Next panel. Gabon continues. The vines can become transparent, and he's wrapped them around the children. Gerd says, so we can't grab them? That's so cruel. Indeed, continues Gabon. They're as tough as iron. If we clumsily try to get the kids to break up their line formation, they'll turn into pincushions. Yeah. So, yeah, they'll just freaking stab each other and stuff. They'll turn into pincushions. We get a little like kind of diagram of what that looks like. It's been set up so that they'll hurt each other. Yeah, that's what Gabon wants. Not Gabon. Summers. That's what Summer wants. That's what Summers lives for, right? Trying to help the children, but in the process hurting them. Yeah. So now we get little exclamation marks as well. Next panel, Gabon. And on top of that, the last one seems to have the power to make nightmares come true. The things the kids find scary have come to life to prevent their escape. And we get a little diagram of that. We got Colin, for example, thinking of, Fenrir, and Fenrir kind of exiting that thought bubble. Yep. Gabon also says, the kids may appear to just be waddling along in broad daylight, but it seems impossible for anyone to stop them. It seems impossible for anyone to stop them. The intruders have set up some sort of twisted game with their 3 abilities. Yup. We'll save those kids no matter what, says Hiruden. Seems like the quickest solution is to target the 3 ability users. Goldberg says, even if they're as immortal as they claim, there should be a way to take them down. We could try trapping them or crushing them, maybe even eating them. Whoa, okay, Goldberg, relax. Whoa, I don't know if we need to do that, bro. I don't know if we need to go that far. Haha, sounds promising. Let's do this. I think Gabon probably says that. It's the Sun Realm. Prepare to disembark. Okay, so we've arrived. So we get a little spiel, right? This is exactly what I was thinking of in terms of like recap, although we still haven't even gotten to the Sun Realm. But no, I'm very excited now. Let's see what's in the Sun Realm. I want to see what's changed. Oh, I saw a little double page spread action. Okay, let me read these last few panels. Goldberg, get a shot of Goldberg. Whoa, Han, the lift reaches up and it's like thunk, right? Kind of positions itself there. Hiruden looks up. Oh my god, let me see the double page spread, baby. Okay. We'll just look at it. Oh, okay, let me zoom in a little. Okay, so it's not a full, oh yeah, it is double page spread, right? So we got some big panels going on here. It's not like, big one, but got a couple panels going on here. We got the Nidhogg fighting, or like setting ablaze a freaking ship or something, and we got that doesn't look like a Draugr. Wait, is that Hiruden? That looks like Hiruden, bro. He's got like Hiruden's helmet, right? Isn't that Hiruden's helmet? And that's not his mask, but that kind of looks like Hiruden, that one of the nightmare creatures. But we see them, they're like setting everything on fire. And we got the Nidhogg, and then Hiruden's like, what the hell? Oh yeah, just a big shot of all the nightmare creatures. This is beyond anything I imagined. Are there no limits to these nightmare monsters? Look at that. Is that the Great Eric? Oh yeah, so we got everything. So we got this. Okay, we got this. This looks like a new guy. This guy has like a standard, kind of looks like Luffy's helmet, or kind of. Well, it's like Loki's helmet, except the horns are not coming out of here. They're coming out from the side, and they have like a mask. So some new one right there. We got the Nidhogg and some bird creature thing. We got a Cyclops thing in the back. What the? We got Nika right there as well. We got a bear and a ghost. So a bunch of creatures right there, and they're just, we see a little old, our little freaking protagonist right there, just all the way in the center. I like this panel. It's a great panel. All the way in the center right there, as everything is just, because the size of these creatures are insane. They like dwarf anything like even normal giants, even Loki. So so we get a nice clean panel of that. Gabon says, Dory and Brogy were boarded earlier, leading the charge with their... Oh, yeah, because they were, like, on it earlier, but I guess now it's freaking destroyed. Dory and Brogy are not on our side right now. Dory and Brogy were boarded earlier, leading the charge with their crew, but they were shot down by those monsters. That can't be, says Hiruden. Is that you, Hiruden? Oh, we got Kashi? Kashi-san, I'm glad you're okay. I was in the realm of the dead. Tell me what's going on. You won't believe this. Listen closely. Also, he hasn't even been Domi reversed. He survived it. Dang. Okay, Kashi. Nice. Next panel. Oh, we see the Domi reverse. We see Dory and Brogy and a bunch of other giants in the back. Dory and Brogy are trying to kill Elder Jarl. Yeah, we saw them on the way to kill Elder Jarl. They all went crazy. Please, you've got to stop them. So we got, Dory and Brogy, they're heading toward the village, and we don't see Jarl here, but we see, I think, warriors trying to defend against these guys. Next panel. Kashi-san, how about the children, says Gerd. Ripley and the others went after them, but we've had no word on their status. The kids may have already reached the harbor by now. That's not good. Yeah, also, I want to know where, because Ripley is also with Frankie. So Ripley and Frankie, or whatever is happening, wherever she went, Frankie's also there, I'm pretty sure. So, interested to see that as well. Hey, Roto, listen. What? Kashi is talking to Roto. Bjorn was taken. Bjorn was taken. This is bad. My little brother, what? What the hell? I did not know Bjorn was his little brother. Wasn't Bjorn like Brogy's grandson? I don't know. I don't remember, but whatever. Yeah, I guess Bjorn was taken, and Bjorn is Rhodes' little brother. This is bad. My little brother's he just runs off. Rhodes just runs. Hey, W Road. But like, you got to come back here. We got to figure out. We got to do this together. Oh, he just runs off. Roto. Next panel. I'll join you. Me too. So we got Gerd and Goldberg following after Road. Next panel. We got Sanji. Okay, Sanji saying, "Hey Kashi, which way's the school? Nami-san and the rest should be close." Okay, yeah, obviously, Sanji would be thinking about trying to free them, and well, he doesn't even know they're restrained. I think he just knows that they got to be close to the school. Hey Kashi, well, yeah. So which way's the school? Nami-san and the rest of the should be close. Yep. Can you see the fire? It's coming from both the school and the library. Why is it on fire? Anyway, Zoro says, anyway, you said Dory and Brogy have gone crazy? That's right. Oh, here we go. Dull page spread. We got a little mini map. I'm telling you, bro, everything I'm saying, all my predictions are right. Which isn't impressive. I'm not saying it's impressive, right? This is pretty, if you just analyze kind of what's going on, it kind of makes sense that we're getting this. But Kashi says, please hurry, Elder Jarl's in trouble. We got a little mini map of the entire place. So we got branch number 8. So right now in the current location, we have Gabon, Chopper, Road, Stanton, Hyrule, Gerd, Goldberg, Zoro, Sanji, although Road, Goldberg, and Gerd are now running away, right, toward, wherever the kids are. We got the school and the library on fire right now. We got, I think Killingham was there, although none of the God's Knights are depicted right here, so. But I'm sure Killingham and Angie were, like, at the school and the library, right? And we have Saul, so Saul, kind of an X mark. Actually, there's multiple things that are being labeled here. Yeah, let's see. We got nightmare creatures. Okay, let me read it one at a time because it seems like these panels are kind of connected. So first of all, we got the Walrus School and the Owl Library. Yeah, so that's currently on fire. We got a bunch of giants. What are they doing? We got a bunch of giants here just like kind of watching it being set on fire, and there's a bunch of stuff on the shore right here. Like, what are these? Are these things that they saved? Like books or something? What is happening there? Okay. And the next panel near the library, the Straw Hats received. Let's go. Oh my god. I haven't seen these guys in a while. So I got near the library, the Straw Hats. The library is burning down, says Robin. Jinbei says, I doubt Chopper will be back anytime soon, and Brooke's gone off somewhere. Somewhere? Brooke? Wait. Oh, no, because Brooke... No, where did Brooke go? Brooke literally... Because last time we saw Brooke was... He had... I think the last line we had of him was, like, thinking about Gunko. And Brooke's like, no, it can't be, right? He's sort of realizing that that's Gunko, right? Or whoever he knew from the past. From like a long time ago. So, but he's gone. He was still here. Now he's gone. I guess gonna try to talk to Gunko or something, which makes sense. Like, I think Brooke is key to like stopping Gunko, or I guess Emu from possessing Gunko. But yeah, Jinbei says that. We need to get rid of these arrows before the kids are carried off. Says Nami. Master Dory, Master Brogy, I can't stand seeing you like this, says Usopp. So, yeah, we got the Strats here. Hopefully, they're quickly, like, I don't know if it's going to happen this chapter, but hopefully, maybe by next chapter, they're not tied up by these arrows, and they're able to cut them, because I don't want these Straw Hats to just be here, the whole climax. Especially Usopp. Please, Usopp, please. Yeah, so we got Kill Jarl, says Brogy. Please stop, captains, open your eyes. Yeah. So over here, this is kind of they're heading toward the village, kind of further along the branch. The Domi University possessed giant pirates en route to the West Village. Okay. Child rescue team that they're over. Oh yeah, so we got Ripley. Right, where the fuck is Frankie? We got Ripley over here and a bunch of other giants with Oimo as well. Oh no, I think Bjorn was Oimo's grandson. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think it was Oimo's. I don't know. Not Brogy's. Definitely not his. Child rescue team, hang in there, kids. Be gone, you vile creatures. Where the hell is Frankie, bro? Frankie was with you. So they're over kind of toward the castle? They're kind of, yeah, near the castle area. Okay. And we got the hostage group. They are almost to the freaking. Oh, well, no, they're actually further along. It's just what the little thing pointing at them isn't exactly pointing at them, right? Um, Hostage group. We're heading into the harbor, aren't we? If we get there, says one of the kids, and then Colin says, "No whining. We're warriors of Elbath." But we're not warriors. Okay. Next panel, got the West Village. If you want to run, run. We have no choice, Elder Jarl. Captain Dorian Brogy won't listen to us anymore. I won't retreat. There's still something I've got to tell Elbath. Tell Oh, again, like Harold Loki stuff? Is that kind of what he wants to say? Maybe. Because we know he's been keeping that secret. So, big double page spread read. Again, this is exactly what I was picturing when I'm like, what's going to happen next chapter? This. Exactly this. Literally double page spread of recap. But it's not like I like that we're seeing kind of where everyone's at because, but I don't know where Frankie is. Where the hell is Frankie? Okay, next panel. Gotcha. Oh, we got the transponder snail. That's why I made that noise, but it's like the pill bug version, right? So I think someone's trying to speak to, because those are ones that can like blast their message to like everyone. Listen, people of Elbath, I will tell you everything before I die. Oh, that's Jarl. Okay, so I'm guessing this is gonna be presumably telling what, like saying what happened, really happened 14 years ago. Okay, Elder Jarl. Okay, next panel. Our late dear King Harold always believed in Elbath coming together with the rest of the world, and that led to his attempt to join the world government. Yeah, it seems like he's, trying to reveal this. You see Jarl kind of in the West Village. Oh, we see Gunko Imu kind of look toward look over to where where they're hearing this. Because he clearly Imu didn't know what happened, right? Or at least Imu knows that Harald died and Harald failed, but Imu didn't know that Loki was the one. Presumably, like definitely back then, Imu didn't know what the hell happened. So like he didn't know what killed Harald. Whether that changed or not, whether Imu knows now that it was Loki, we're still not sure. But maybe Imu doesn't know, and then we'll get that revealed. But his efforts were shunned and betrayed. 14 years ago, on that fateful day, as we see more nightmare creatures freaking setting things on fire, Elder Jarl. I saw it all with my very own eyes. Harald and those other soldiers were killed by the act of a demon. Harald struggled to his last breath to keep Elbath. I think, is this a Jarl, not a Jarl, a Harald nightmare creature? Kind of looks like him with his kind of his sleeve and his outfit, kind of. Harald struggled to keep his last breath. Harald struggled to his last breath to keep Elbath from falling into that demon's hands. Wait, so Loki didn't kill our king? Well, he did, but we'll get to that. But it's just some random giants. I held my tongue, fearing that our people would rise up in revenge, leading us into untimely war. Into an untimely war. Our king never leading us into an untimely war our king never wanted. So we got people reacting to this. Loki took the people's anger upon himself when he sailed out to sea. And everyone kind of more people reacting to that. He may always have been boorish, but he is innocent. Zoro says that's the gist, but it's not quite how I'd put it. What? And I guess this is a bunch of people reacting. Don't get carried away, Elder Jarl, says Hyruden. So Hyruden and Zoro's on Hyruden's back right now. So he kind of, that's the gist of it, right? I mean, what does he say? He says, he struggled to his last breath, fell to the demon's hands. And Loki took his anger upon the sea. When he sailed out to sea, okay. Yeah, so the gist of it, right? It's not a lot of details, but Yeah, he didn't even mention that Loki killed him yet. I don't know if he'll probably say that right now. Next panel. Moving on, next panel. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Oh yeah, that was a nice spread right here. These are actually 3 panels, kind of in one, but it's a double page spread in general. Now today, 3 new demons have appeared to subjugate our nation. I had hoped this matter was behind us, but we are once more in need of great power. Someone says, I think Killingham probably. Seems this job's over. Guess I'll go back to sleep. We have Killingham right here. Nice, clean new art of him right here. He's in his hybrid form. So we see, his upper half is human, lower half is Kirin. Then we got Gunko Imu right here, looking, the same as always. Well, not the same, right? They transform, but the same as the last time we saw them. And Summer's over here sitting crisscross applesauce. Maybe he's the one who said, seems like this job's over. Guess I'll go back to sleep. Bro sitting over here on the ground. I wonder if he was with the Straw Hats over here. No, I don't even. I mean, he's probably close to them, but I was wondering if he's next to the Straw Hats that are tied up right now. So yeah, we got nice. I really like the spread right here. I'm speaking to you now, demons. You can take our culture and history, but let our little ones go. If you think this act will crush our spirit, you've made a grave mistake. We will not show you the same patience Jarul did. We get a shot of Angie and Ronya as well, kind of reacting to that. We got some giants literally bloodied on the floor as, flames everywhere. You speak of subjecting us and picture our people to be your slaves. Who the hell do you bastards think you're dealing with? And we got Imu, Gunko, ... Forgive me, little ones. Cover your ears if you can. And they kind of perk up a little bit, the giant kids. Well said, Jarl, says Usopp. The Elbaf I admire would never bend the knee. Yo, that's the title of the chapter. Usopp did not expect Usopp to say the title of the chapter. I was expecting someone else to say it, but okay. All right, that's, first step, Usopp, first step, right, okay. Yeah, well said, Jarl. The Elbaf I admire would never bend the knee. If the Harley prophecies are true, the world is bound to face a great divide one day. Yep. No double page spread? Oh my god, double page spreads are galore. So be it. From this day forward, all Elbaf will stand against the world governments. Yeah, so let me just read what he said previously. Yeah, the world is bound to face a great divide. So the final war, right? And then from this day forward, Elbaf will stand against the world. Yeah, I like this line because Gunko, right? This is before Imu possessed Gunko, but Gunko said, it is said that, I don't know where Gunko or Imu got this information, right? But Gunko said part of why kind of they're in Elbaf and why they want to take the giants to their side is because the prophecy or something says that whoever the giants side with, right? Whoever the giants have their allegiance towards, that will greatly affect the final war, right? The outcome of the final war. So Jarl saying this, right? This day forward, Elbaf will stand against the world government, right? That kind of, I don't know how much Imu or Gunko, they surely do believe in that prophecy. I mean, they use that as a justification. So Jarl proclaiming this is like, no, like I bet they'd be kind of mad, right? Because because if you're against us, then we're going to lose, or maybe not lose, but we're going to be heavily at a disadvantage. Because that's the prophecy says whoever's side the giants on will greatly affect the outcome. If you're against us, that's not good. But obviously, they're not going to give up yet. They're going to be like, we're going to subject you, right? If we can't ask you to do it, we're going to do it by force, which is what they've been doing. So, okay, like this from Jarl. Did you really think some thorns, illusions, and this little reversey game would be enough to make us bow? Like that little recap right there. Reversing, little name drop of the game. I like this geezer, says Zoro. Okay, Zoro, let's go, Zoro. Okay. Hyrurin says, I bet you do. 300 years ago, he was known as the strongest being to ever hail, that was an N, hail from these waters. Yup. Got a freaking Discord notification. We will never submit to your dominion. What say you, proud warriors of Elbaf? And all the Elbaf warriors are cheering up, so Jarl's getting all the morale up. Well said, Elder Jarl. Yeah, the Elbaf I know and love is back, says Usopp with hard eyes and stuff. Get it already. We get it already. Usopp, focus on getting rid of these damn arrows. So they're still tied up. Oh my god, please, Usopp, please be freed. Someone free the Straw Hats. I hope it doesn't take to defeat Gunko and then they're free, right? Hopefully we can just free them now. Sanji better cook, you know. Next panel. We will protect the peace Harold dreamed of. Yeah, and then they're all fighting. Oh, let's go. Okay, with a little morale boost. They're all ready to be. Jarl's freaking drawing his sword. He's about to try to fight off Dorian Broggy right here. Nice. I like this panel. The done. Next panel. We're finally here, says Hiruden. Zoro, right? He's on his back. They said if we can get caught up between them, it's over. Okay. Don't worry. I have a plan, says Zoro. He's kind of unsheathing his sword a little bit there. A spark of resistance flares. One Piece chapter 1172 end. Okay. Okay, so first of all, elephant in the room, right? Apparently this chapter's mid. Here's the thing. There's obviously nothing crazy happened this chapter. A lot of this chapter was setup. A lot of this chapter was recap. A lot of this chapter was, trying to get us back into the swing of things. But I really do like the end of the chapter, right? All the stuff at the end with the morale boost and kind of talking shit to Emu and I like this. This is easily, this is the best part of the chapter, right? Getting all this speech from Jarl. Because he doesn't he says the truth, right, about Harold, but he doesn't, it's not just that, right? He says the truth, but he's not going to give up, because I kind of had the impression, right? He's like, all right, I won't retreat. There's still something I've got to tell Elbaf. So, before I die, this is the truth. And then after he says the truth, he's like, okay, I said what I wanted to say. You can kill me now. No, it's like, I'm going to tell them the truth, and we're not giving up yet. We're going to freaking take you guys down. Don't, underestimate Elbaf. You guys want to take control of us? Screw you. If you're stupid if you think you're going to do that. We're going to lock in. Fuck you, basically. That's what he's saying. I really like that. I really like all this stuff at the end. And everyone's standing up. Zoro apparently says he has a plan. Interesting. They said if we get caught up between them, it's over. Does that mean... What does that mean? Does that mean, get caught up as in... I'm not quite sure what that line necessarily is referring to. But Zoro in response says, don't worry, I have a plan. So, interesting. I don't know what Zoro's cooking. Last time Zoro had a plan... the last time Zoro had a plan was in freaking Dressrosa, right? When he did, plan 1, plan 2, right? The things against Pika and stuff. Interesting. Okay, let's see what Zoro's cooking here. He knows he's got to lock in on his Conqueror's Haki, so I guess we'll see that with Sanji again. I'm praying Sanji frees the Straw Hats from their restraints, so they can do stuff. I want to see these Straw Hats do stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah, honestly, the chapter, I understand when people say it's mid. It's not the best chapter of all time, right? But, honestly, I think there's worse chapters than Elbaf, right? I think there are worse chapters. I think you can maybe pick out one of the ones from the first 3, like in, Rhodes' Little Kingdom. You can pick out one of the ones from the 1140s, I would say, honestly. But, yeah, it's not the greatest chapter of all time, but... I don't know. I think I like the stuff at the end. And this is I think this is necessary. I think this recap is necessary. We need to reorient ourselves. So, and again, that's why I predicted it, right? So it's not something that I was taken by surprise, right? I think people might be a little disappointing we didn't see, Luffy and Loki, but if we saw Luffy and Loki, that would have taken a lot of attention away, and I think that was purposefully done. I don't think, because usually you would think, oh, why didn't Oda show us a couple panels of them or a page of them or 2 pages, and then have the rest of this for this. But clearly Loki presumably might use his devil fruit, more abilities he's using down there in the underworld. So I don't think Oda wants to show that yet, right? He wants to make a big splash, so he doesn't want to just dedicate 2 pages to that just for the sake of showing them. He wants to give them their own entrance and stuff. So that's why we got none of that and just stuck to everyone else basically, which again, I think this is necessary. I mean, it's kind of, again, it's not the greatest chapter of all time, but I don't know. I like the stuff at the end. It's good to have a recap. And the best part, there's no break next week. We get a chapter next week, so that's pretty awesome, and hopefully a chapter the week after that, and then probably a break after that. But we're here. We're in the climax of Elbaf. We're here. Hopefully, again, really excited for Sanji. Really excited for Zoro. Really excited for Luffy and Loki. Hoping Sanji, hopefully the Straw Hats get freed as soon as possible. We get Usopp moments this chapter. That's awesome. I love it. Now we just need more once they're freed, right? I want to see what Usopp does after he's freed, but great start for there. So yeah, honestly, maybe because maybe I set my expectations lower than usual is why maybe I don't think this chapter's mid. But I don't know. It was a little decent chapter, right? Yeah. So yeah, that was the video. Anything else to say? Yeah, no break next week, and let's see what Zoro's plan is. So yeah, that's about it. Goodbye.